The voice of street fighting is back. The whisper in your girl's ear. The yearning in your baby mama's bed sheets.
This corner.
You taller than me, aren't you?
I'm 6'3". 6'3", 200 pounds right now.
Yeah, I'm only 6 foot, so you got 3 inches of height on me. I'm probably longer than you by 3 inches, so it evens out.
Boom! Defeated!
The reigning champ, 619.
Hey, can I ask a question now, Wero?
Absolutely, sir. Fuck
How
you.
good, real line, how good did it feel to beat the dog shit out of the Canadians?
We are back, culeros. Woo, doggy nephew.
What's up? What's up? Can everybody hear me? It's Wero. I'm gonna bring in KT right now. He popping up here with us real quick since 619 not in the studio quite yet. So we have a fascinating show for us for you guys tonight. We're gonna break down the Italian Tyson Iraqi Assassin fight. It's gonna be very, very polarizing. It already is.
Yes,
that's the reason we're doing it. So what I need everybody to do is stay calm when we bring you on. Everybody talk it one at a time, and let's break this thing down. I don't want everybody just screaming over everybody. Okay, like I'd really like to get to the bottom of what we have here. But before we do that, I want to bring attention to this comment.
Yeah, I think we can have a clear conversation about it.
I want to bring this comment up right here. This is the comment that's important, okay? I texted Face earlier today and asked him how we judge fights, how it officially we judge fights. And that is on damage given. First and foremost, it's damage. Secondly,
Right.
he likes to ask the judges, who is the guy you would most rather be in that fight? Who's the person you'd most rather be in that fight? And that's in my opinion, is a very, very good way to judge some of these fights. Like, you don't want to, if there's a certain guy, you're like, I don't want to be in that position, then that's obviously a guy that's losing.
I'd rather be that guy.
You know what I mean? If we have to judge it that way, then that's a guy that's losing. So we do have punch counts, we have strike counts, we have all that stuff. But right now, before we even bring it in, do it, we're going to have everybody run through and discuss what they have as far as thoughts. We're going to bring Somke in. And let's, since Italian Tyson in here, let's bring him in too. What's up, man?
Yo, bro. What's good?
Yeah. So the beginning of this show is going to be us talking about how everybody feels about it. Then we're going to bring it on all the stats that we just pulled. FYI, Tyson, we can't really see your face on because of that light.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah, there you go. You good, though.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, that's going to be the big thing of the show is one, we've already established how we're going to judge the fight, okay? And I know a lot of people want to bring in how we should judge it, but Scarface has made it very, very clear: damage first, who you would rather be second. Now, let's discuss who you would rather be, though, because you have a lot of things that go into that. Ring control, who's being more aggressive, who's being less aggressive, who's stifling their opponents more, who's for instance, Tyson, you were being very, very aggressive in there. You threw a lot of shots in there. And there was a lot of times when he stifled you. He blocked him, he checked him, he kept you from pounding his face in. So that's good for him, but it's defense. Do we judge off defense? Do we just judge off of offense? That's the big question. So from here, we're going to bring KT and Somke in, and let's see how you guys feel. Just a real quick snippet, and then we'll let Tyson jump in on it.
I do feel in this case like, yeah, you got to play it as nobody wants to be the defensive fighter in a fight, period. You ask anybody in the fight, they don't want to be the guy on their back foot having to block every shot. So, of course, we would all want to be an Italian Tyson in this fight. But at the same time, we don't want to rob Iraqi Assassin of what he did, because he did play great defense in this fight and show what he could do. So we got to score that as well. But in this fight particularly, I'd be Italian Tyson.
Me personally, bro, I had someone ask me that yesterday, and the way I put it was, if we're going off of Street Beefs rules, I would say it's a draw. You know, I would agree with that, based off of the standard that's been set. And then I feel if we were going off of like MMA itself, I'd say I'd give it the edge to Iraqi Assassin. You know, just the edge. You know what I mean? Even that could be called a draw. You know, so you know.
Here's where I was at. If we were in Street Beefs rules, I would call it for Italian Tyson. If we were calling MMA, maybe we would give it to Iraqi Assassin. But as far as Street Beefs rules go, I did have it as Italian Tyson due to more damaging punches, more damage put out. A lot of the stuff that Iraqi was doing was defensive stuff to stay from having to take the pressure Italian was putting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but you got to keep in mind a lot of those power shots. You know, we can't deny that the fact that Tyson was aggressive. You know, he was willing to press, right? But the attacks weren't all landing. You know what I'm saying? You can see a lot of things just left in the air. You can see a lot of things that were blocked. You know, and in that situation, I don't count something that didn't land or something that was blocked. I don't count that, you know.
If we come down to the third round only, though, right? If we give them the split even first and second,
KT, before we start breaking down rounds, let's let Tyson get because I would definitely want to break it down by round, but I'd like to do that once we put stats up.
Sure.
How do you feel about everything, man? What's your thoughts on
I feel great. You know, it was my first fight in 3 years. I feel like I went out there, I did my thing, I kicked ass. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like I worked on my ground game. I specifically, worked on that because a lot of people feel like that they should just take me to the ground because they can't stand up with me. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of had that mentality going in as all right, well, I'm going to prove, I wrestled for 6 years, so I'm going to prove that I have that wrestling capability, that ground and pound, that in-your-face mindset that that I've been taught. And I feel like that I executed the game plan perfectly. I mean, as far as, shots, landed and being aggressive, I mean, I feel like I landed probably out of all my shots, I'm going to probably say 60%, 60 to 65% of my shots probably connected out of everything I threw. Obviously, I don't remember the whole fight because you're off of adrenaline and stuff like that. But from every point and every angle, I was pushing forward. I wanted to win. I kept the pace up. I was aggressive. I was going forward. And I feel like, without, just knowing how the fight is scored, I feel like I did what I needed to do to win, So, because that's just how I see it. But I'm ready to run it back. I'm ready to leave no questions in the air. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys have a rematch officially set for September 3rd, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's huge. That's huge.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I'm okay with a draw call.
This is truly one of those fights, though, where either fighter could claim that they won, and like no one could be mad at that. There's legitimacy in both fighters, claiming that. You know what I mean? Like everything Tyson just said, bro, I feel you. You know what I mean? Like I can't say you're not, that's not true. You know what I mean? So
absolutely.
Yeah. This is a one of those fights we're going to be looking back and watching. And, I mentioned to a friend today, like, shit, we might get a trilogy. You never know.
Yeah, I'm with it. I'm all about it.
You know what I'm saying? Classic.
And on top of that note, you do have to put in like what Iraqi Assassin did do. He played great defense. He put in his heel hooks. He put in his chokes. He was out there working on the ground. He got a couple of takedowns. He stuffed a couple of takedowns. There's a lot of things he did that he could say he did really good in this fight. Both fighters did a lot of things that they could say they did really good in this fight. And as far as Street Beefs goes, we usually call those fights a draw. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can see why it's called a draw.
So let's take a look at round one. Okay, these are the stats for round one. Okay, so as it goes, punches, Italian Tyson landed 5 of 13. Iraqi Assassin landed 2 of 2. Kicks, 2 of 2 for Italian Tyson and 1 of 1 for Iraqi Assassin. And then takedowns, 1 of 1 for Italian Tyson, and then 2 of 2 for Iraqi Assassin. So breaking that down, Tyson, obviously, punch-wise, you threw a lot more punches than Iraqi Assassin did. You also landed a lot more punches than he did. And when I say a lot more for this fight, you know what I mean? You landed three more. Now, in that first round, there were some very significant strikes landed. I think your best round was your second round because you had 4 really solid shots land. But that first round was very, very much a solid round for you as well. The aggression was there, like you said. You're in your face. You both looked tired coming into the second round.
It was hot. It was hot out there.
Yeah. So the fact that you were the more aggressive guy and he was just as tired as you were definitely says something in my mind. So 619. Hello, sir.
What up? What up?
What's up, man?
It started already? Fuck.
Fake ass.
He said, "Fuck."
A little early. Fuck.
Bro, hey, can we just talk about something real quick? 619 has never wore a tank top, bro. Never in his goddamn life wore. I have worn a gray tank top for 2 seasons of this fucking show.
2 seasons.
Italian Tyson hops on one day with a tank top, and then all of a sudden 619 got a gray tank top. You fucking poser. 619
streets.
Man, 619 fanboying hard.
Hey man, we need Italian Tyson on the West Coast, bro. You know what I mean?
We do. December.
Hey, this is true. This is true.
Italian Tyson
we'll get into that later, but let's put this up again right here.
So we all agree Italian Tyson got robbed, right?
By Streetbeefs rules.
So here's the thing. We have established that if you go strictly by Streetbeefs, which is what we do, and my official opinion is Italian Tyson won that fight. But now we're breaking it down by round. So KT, you want to run us through what you think of round 1?
Off stats, it looks more one-sided than it is because then you got also off these 2 of 2 takedowns with Italian Tyson. I think these stats might be a little bit off because I think there was one stuff takedown that allowed Iraqi to get his takedown in. And this first round really set the pace for the whole fight. These guys were going back and forth, transitioning through position to position, getting stuck in between positions. So this first round was as even as it could really get in my eyes whenever you're looking at the first round. So it kind of that's where it really goes up to the air. Who's going to give this first round to somebody and who's going to give the third? So in my eyes, when I watched this fight, the first round definitely went to Iraqi Assassin in my eyes just because he was trying for that heel hook for so long.
Same.
That's it might have not caused as much damage while he didn't have it in, but eventually he did have it in, and then Tyson got out. It was just because the amount of time he was trying for that heel hook. You know what I mean?
Yeah, control time. Control time plays a part, control time as well as reversals. All these things are, factors.
But they're not in Streetbeefs though, and that's the point that we're getting at. They're not here. They're in a fight, in an amateur fight, in the UFC and Bellator and all that shit. They are. But when you go into a Streetbeefs fight, you have to play to that game plan. You know what I mean? You have to know aggression is what's going to get you a win if it goes to the judges.
This is what I will say. It is a bit of aggression. It is a bit of damage because the way he was going for the leg and he was bending at the ankle the whole time he was going for the heel hook. He was trying to find a way to make it hurt, and it was bending. And Italian Tyson was having to move out of it and change positions to get himself through. So it is damage through that control time. It's not just control time like laying on the fence. It's a whole different thing. It's actually going for damage. You know what I mean?
But Tyson canceled that damage out by throwing strikes. He was striking during that. Iraqi Assassin was not.
He evened it out. I wouldn't say he canceled it. He evened it out.
But that's fine. Same thing. I mean, when 2 things are even, they end up canceling in math.
At a fight, I mean, if we go back to the question of who would you rather be?
For all intents and purposes, that heel hook, it was not locked in at all. That was clear. It wasn't tight. It wasn't locked.
Yeah.
And I really feel like through the transitioning through my training, that's what I worked. I had to get up to my feet to get to those strikes. And I really feel like that the tackle, my first takedown, I mean, that really did a significant amount of damage. I mean, if you want to look at the health bar he had, that probably took away half. I mean,
that was a really good takedown in that first round.
True.
No, that was aggressive.
Phenomenal takedown.
Strikes, you know. I mean, and I tackled the soul out of him, you know.
I mean,
and I followed with 3 or 4, you know, big strikes. So I really feel like that overshadows anything he could have done defensively or, you know, heel hook wise, or you know, the heel hook wasn't even there. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, was he trying? Yeah, he was trying. I mean, he was trying as hard as he can, but it wasn't there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when we talk about the heel hook, he definitely had both legs whenever he went for it. It wasn't a properly placed heel hook, so it wasn't locked. It wasn't locked. At any point was it like locked, oh, he has it. You know what I mean? So it definitely was him trying for a heel hook the whole time.
Right. So, and here's the thing: are we right? But are we giving credit for attempted submissions? Like, are we really giving credit for attempted submissions, especially if they're not locked in? You know what I mean? If they're not locked in, you're not really doing any damage. You're just putting somebody in an uncomfortable position. But an entire fight's an uncomfortable position.
So if we go back to the question of who would you rather be in a fight, would you rather be the guy that has to think because you're in an uncomfortable position, or the guy that's attacking?
I would rather be the guy sitting on top of the other guy, punching the guy. And that's what Tyson was doing. He was sitting on him, punching him. I'd rather be that guy.
Fight could be looked at from 2 different ways. I could see why it'd be a draw in people's eyes. But yeah, definitely the first round in my eyes was off this heel hook. So it definitely
619. Go back to that comment that was just up from King Madness. There it is, right there. Yeah, 5 of 13 is not much of a good stat. You're not wrong. It's not great. However, when you messed that up. Anyways, where did that go? Fix that for me. There it is. So when you look at this, though, 2 of 2 is not much of a great stat either. That literally says you weren't doing anything as far as striking goes. You know what I mean? Yes, he was on the ground working, but if you're gonna say 5 of 13 is not great, you have to take into account 2 of 2, and 2 of 2 is not great either.
I mean, if we're not counting, if we talk about it as not counting the attempt for the heel hook, and then just the scramble transitions, then definitely yes, you would call that round for Italian Tyson, and then this whole fight would be different. It would be an Italian Tyson win all the way around.
Even if you count that heel hook.
Yeah, Streetbeefs rules. I could see where it's Italian Tyson. Because I definitely
if you count that heel hook, though, that takedown.
It is Streetbeefs rules, though. That's the thing, though.
It is absolutely Streetbeefs rules. Like, we can't keep saying that. We can't keep saying if it's Streetbeefs rules, because it is.
What round would you guys get? So you're saying it's 3-0 for Italian Tyson? Because I know Italian Tyson either way.
You always be jumping ahead, bro. You always be jumping ahead.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like, can we just break down the second round?
We got all night,
I'm sorry. My mind is going 200.
Are you always this premature?
Yeah.
He said, yeah. He didn't miss a beat, though.
2 strokes.
Hey, let's throw this turd in the stream now. Look at that. Oh, $1 Million Hands. I had you in, too. Oh, there you are. Are you here?
Yo, what's up, man?
What's up, man?
Tank top there. Another tank top, huh?
Hey, hold on really quick. Italian Tyson, I just want to say what's up, brother.
What's up, dog?
Hey, I'm freaking out. Hey, bro, I'm freaking out right now. I've been watching TV for a long time.
It's fucking
so it's cool. It's cool talking to you. So I gotta rock the tank. You feel me?
Yeah.
What's up, bro?
Oh, man. Just cup them. Make sure you cup them for him.
Wait. Hold up, guys. Before anything,
I got to say that.
Italian Tyson. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but no, hey, Tyson. Hey, look, I tell you what, Tyson.
Can you please mount me anytime?
I'll tell you guys that.
Nah, respect, man.
Hey, respect, MDH. We just fucking with you, bro.
We fucking with you, man. That's an OG right here.
I know.
Since MDH just got here, let's take your minute and break us down how you feel about the fight before we jump into round 2.
So, okay, guys, I'll tell you what. I was shocked. I was surprised because, the whole history with Tyson and Streetbeefs, like him getting, I don't want to say kicked out, but him not being able to fight for Streetbeefs. And then all of a sudden, I mean, at least for me, all of a sudden there's a fight and he's fighting Iraqi Assassin. So that's, first of all, wow, your first fight back. What a way to come back. I'll tell you that.
Crazy way to come back.
Yeah. So yeah,
Thank you,
that's
bro.
what I thought. But
Man, he just came to see Italian Tyson on camera.
I know. He not even. Did you even watch the fight, bro?
On the
You
fight.
just.
He ain't got one opinion on the
hold
fight.
up. I watched the fight. I watched the fight
For
twice.
him to come back after so much turmoil, what a homecoming!
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh my God! And they gave you Iraqi Assassin.
And then here he is right in front of my eyes.
Italian
Oh,
Tyson, will you
shit.
sign my chest? Will you sign my chest, bro?
He landed more punches in the first round. He landed more punches. I know he got kicked in the body.
Okay, where you at?
I know he got kicked in the body in the first round. You feel me? That was a
He
very
did eat
good.
that one.
That was a nice
Yeah, that was a
Absolutely
very
ate that one.
good kick from Iraqi Assassin. Very nice kick, very technical. That landed. He ate that, and then to me, he answered that kick with an aggressive takedown. And I mean, if we're being honest, what do judges look at more? You know, strikes or takedowns? I'll wait for you guys to answer. I mean, what do judges look at more?
That aggressive
Well,
takedown.
okay, so
Sure.
before you got here, what we had established is we're going by Streetbeefs rules. So
Yeah, I was watching.
Okay, so it's damage. So the judges are looking for damage first, and who would you rather be
aggressiveness.
second? Would you rather eat that kick and get a takedown, or would you rather land that kick and get taken down?
I'll tell you what. I'd rather be the one who.
And it ain't
We
like
know
you
you-
came back down.
Yeah.
I'd rather be the one taking a takedown.
You definitely want Italian Tyson to take you down, don't you, MDH?
No, hey, look,
he damn sure want that. He gonna cut down to 170 and just wrestle.
Pause.
Forgot how funny you guys are. But anyway, so,
I forgot.
MDH got a black belt and BJ. I mean, BJJ.
We're talking about MMA, right? That's what I. That's
Yes.
what I-
BJJ, there you go.
We are talking about
show.
MMA.
Cage combat. So I'm just saying, you know, I know just a little bit, you know, that I know just a little bit, you know, not much, just a little bit. Just giving my knowledge, my opinion. You feel me?
So, anyways, we gonna jump into round 2. Okay, we broke down round 1. I'm gonna put these back up there again real quick.
We forgot something key in round 1. How tight was that choke on you, Italian Tyson?
Oh,
Was it tight?
Not at all. So like the way I had it, so he didn't have it under my neck, right? So I
No,
already
he
had
didn't.
my 2 fingers propped up on the inside to get that space. So I had my chin tucked and I pretty much broke his grip. It was only a 1-arm choke, and by the time he even got anywhere, they were already counting down. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna just lay here. You feel me? Because there was only 5 seconds left, so it wasn't anything.
Yeah, there
And
wasn't enough time on that.
you can see your chin is tucked inside of the crook of his elbow. You can see that during the fight. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready for round 2 stats?
Wait, who'd you guys give round 1 to? Besides, like, Wero, who'd you give it to?
I got Italian Tyson.
Okay, Prince, KT, what's up?
So when I first watched it, I was thinking 2 MMA, but now that I'm breaking it down, Street Beefs, yeah, it's definitely gonna be an Italian Tyson, more damage there because that heel hook, it comes off that heel hook for me, and if that heel hook wasn't locked, it wasn't locked. I mean, he definitely had 2 legs in between.
Yeah.
So that's just a bunch of wasted time.
Hey,
Italian
can we
Tyson.
take a second to appreciate Daniel's default picture right here in this fucking thing? Like, who runs like that? Who runs like a supermodel?
I'll tell you who runs like that. A vegan runs like that, you know?
Yeah.
That's
There
funny.
you fucking go.
MDH could not be vegan because he'd have to give up all that Italian sausage.
Whatever.
Hey, he just goes, whatever. All right, here we go. Round 2.
Round two.
So, Italian Tyson punches. He lands 9 of 22, and Iraqi Assassin lands 2 of 3. For kicks, Italian Tyson lands 3 of 3, and Iraqi Assassin lands 1 of 1. And then for takedowns, 1 of 1 for Italian Tyson, and then 1 of 1 for Iraqi Assassin. So, 619, what do you think?
I think Italian Tyson won 2-1. But round 2, we're talking about round 2.
Yes. Round
This
2.
is actually the round. This is actually the round I had for Iraqi Assassin, but not by the stats. You kind of got to go with Italian Tyson, right?
Yeah. Well, so
Yeah.
for me, I did. So the most significant and hardest strikes that Italian Tyson landed, he landed in this round. The cleanest, right into his head. There was I can't remember. I'll have to look it up in a second. I can't
I
remember
thought
what
he
it
landed
was.
some really clean shots that really hurt Iraqi in the third. That had him kind of in la la land.
In the first like 3 to 5, 8 seconds of that fight, he lands a left hook. Actually, no, he missed the hook, but he lands a couple body shots. But he did miss that hook. Iraqi barely moved out of the way.
Second with the most clear Italian Tyson round for me.
So, yeah, so this one, he throws a lot more punches, and this is where Iraqi Assassin, in my opinion, shines, though. Like, he legitimately defends a lot of punches right to his face. Those 3 kicks are when Iraqi Assassin's on the ground, so he kicks his leg. He's just scoring points right there, honestly, and I think that one kick that Iraqi Assassin landed was a much better kick. There was a body kick. It was much better. But again, like, he's landing a lot more shots. He punched him Italian Tyson punched him 7 more times. Iraqi Assassin didn't even throw that many strikes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
I mean, how do you win a fight without throwing punches?
I watched the second round. I could have sworn there was more kicks in the second round for sure from Iraqi Assassin. I think.
Where are you high?
Are we not counting the ones that are just blocked over here? Because I swear there was a little bit more kicks. There was a head kick somewhere in here, but it was blocked. It was like a blocked head kick.
Yeah.
I think that was the first round when I tackled it.
Was it the first round?
Round 2 is where he threw that spinning elbow, right?
Yeah, round 2 has the spinning elbow in it.
That elbow didn't actually land, did it? I don't think it landed.
No, because Tyson was moving forward at the time.
Yeah, it was perfect.
I'll tell you what, that strike led to a takedown because after that strike landed, it landed in the back of the head.
Perfect.
Just saying, but it led to a takedown. So I mean, what good was that strike if it led to a takedown?
I mean, it's still a strike, and if it lands, it still counts.
But what do you value
I don't
more?
think it landed well.
No, do you value that strike or that takedown?
What's up, Money Mail? That's a bad motherfucker right there. I like watching Money Mail.
I'd love to get a match with you.
Oh, Money Mail and KT. Hey, that'd be a nice fight.
I love this.
Also, hey, let's
it.
I do want to bring attention to something, and I forgot in the first round. However, when he was, I think he was trying to leg lock you at the time. You reached around. Did you like crunch his fucking toes or something? Because it looks to me like small joint manipulation, and I don't think that's legal in MMA. Is that legal in Streetbeefs?
What? Yeah. Well,
he said yeah, and it was like, wait a minute.
So I was pretty much just breaking his lock. So he was really trying to keep a firm lock, and what I was trying to do was stand up, and him keeping his lock was keeping me from posting my left leg up. So like joint manipulation, I grabbed, at the bottom of his foot and was pushing my thumb in his foot and also twisting his foot to break the lock. So I was causing him pain in more of his bottom of his Achilles area, and then also breaking the grip for extra,
Okay, because that's fun. It looks to me like you bend his toes to the side, and that's illegal. But if you're just shoving your thumb in the bottom of his foot, you can do that. Yeah, you can tickle the shit out of somebody's feet.
It was more to just break the grip too,
And then one more thing. In the second round, you punch him squarely in the back of the head 3 fucking times. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Whop, whop, whop. I did not count those punches.
Yeah, understandable.
So, two punches landed in the back of the head, I want to say.
3. It was 3.
Well, the thing is, right, so if you go back and look at the video, he's keeping my head down on his chest, and I couldn't really see, right? So I was really going off of what I was feeling. So I wasn't looking up in my hand, whereas I felt my hand was right by his head. So I was just striking. And I'm like, that's when he turned. I'm assuming he turned his head because that's what it looks like on the video. But yeah, I couldn't see those strikes. I was just striking because I was just, let me just hit whatever I could feel.
That would fucking suck.
Right.
That would suck so bad. Just poof, poof, poof. Italian Tyson hitting you in the back of the head. Fuck.
So, I mean,
MMA
I think that's still 2-0 so far, right? 2-0 Tyson.
For me, yeah, I got Tyson in this one too, just because of he landed more strikes than Iraqi Assassin even threw, and we're not and we can't talk about control. We're not talking about control because that's not how we judge fights in Streetbeefs.
I mean, what control did he have? What control did he have?
I think Iraqi Assassin's game plan. I think we're taking game plans away from MMA fighters in that sense, because Iraqi Assassin's game plan was good, but it wasn't offensive enough. You know what I mean? And he played
no
good.
Punches,
he
no
did
punches.
good MMA.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Time.
And
Good
if it was a pro UFC
none
fight,
of them were
maybe
none of them
wins,
were
you know what I
deep.
mean?
None of them were deep. I mean, none of them.
Yeah.
He didn't look at Italian
up,
Tyson
Jimmy?
didn't look in trouble. I mean, I didn't see him panic at all in any of those submission
Hey, keep that
attempts.
comment up there so that Italian Tyson can see his opponent when he comes out here.
I'll wait for the third round to make this. I'll wait for the
Jimmy
third
right there.
round to make the next.
That's
thing.
Jimmy fucking Fit.
So here we got a good comment right here from Coyote. See, how do you not score control?
That's what
That was a big
I'm
thing.
saying. That's
is
why I'm like
Streetbeefs.
you're taking
You gotta
away
consider
from MMA
We
fighters.
discussed it a lot because
have
Iraqi
to
Assassin
take that
did
in
control
consideration,
maybe
bro.
70% of the fight. He was controlling.
Okay, how much
the
control
round.
did he have though in this round?
A lot. I mean, not in
lot.
the second round, but in the third round.
No, not in the second round.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying when we come into this, I'll wait till the next
The
round to
first
make this
round?
point.
Yeah,
Pretty much the whole first round, right? He's rolling around, then he ends up on Italian Tyson's back.
So, Coyote, to answer your question, how do we not count control? Is because the owner of the organization that we fight for says we don't count control. That's literally
Exactly.
it. That's the only
He wants
reason.
to see you fuck somebody up.
Exactly. Like these fights are made for the views. If you're gonna fight for Streetbeefs, you have to fight how Streetbeefs wants you to fight. If you let it go to judges. Now, if Iraqi Assassin would have tapped Italian Tyson, we wouldn't be having this conversation. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So if his game plan would have worked and he just sunk that heel hook in the first and ripped his leg off, then the game plan would have been flawless and he'd have been fine. So you either have to adjust or you have to make sure that your game plan fits whatever the judges are going to want to see when you're done.
Because this is the thing, in a Street Beefs rule set, getting out of submission makes you look more savage. In a Street Beefs rule set, honestly, most submissions you get out of, you'll end up in top control. You'll end up being able to throw your strikes after. You get out of submission, they're like, oh shit. Everybody on the views are going to be like, oh shit. Pretty much Street Beefs rewards more you breaking submissions than them attempting them, if that makes more sense to people. If you break out of submission, count it as more points than them even attempting it in the first place.
It's a matter of taking striking into consideration more than grappling. That's simply put. You know, if there's not enough activity, you'll see in multiple branches or multiple fights, I should say, you'll see them stand them up. You know what I mean? And you know, that's just what it is, you know?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter who has control. They will stand them up. Even in amateur organizations, professional organizations.
Yeah.
Like,
Here's
there
where
was
we come to
who got disqualified the other day? There was a fight the other day where they disqualified both fighters because there was not enough action. Straight up.
Yeah.
the organization guy came in there and was like, fuck this.
The ref was like, you're both disqualified because you're fucking boring. That's literally what happened, So, how are we scoring the second round? I'm going Tyson for round 2.
Tyson. That was the most clear round for Italian
I had
Tyson.
it as draw. I had the third round kind of, you know.
No, we're in second. Second.
We're in the second round.
Oh, second?
Yeah,
No,
second.
Tyson hands down. Tyson hands down second. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I got Tyson, but 619 said Iraqi Assassin, and I'm curious to know why.
Yeah, that's a valid. Why?
Then I got
while you're explaining this, let's put those stats back up while you're explaining why you're wrong.
Maybe I was drinking, but I could have sworn I gave one round to I gave Iraqi Assassin one round.
I had it in
the first round. It had to be in the first round. It wasn't the second.
It's probably coming up. The round you gave him. The round you gave him is
so
next.
let's throw the stats up here real quick.
Third round definitely is not the round I gave.
It wasn't third. It was the first. It was the first.
For all the viewers watching right now, there is a discrepancy in this third panel. We did not have time to fix. We caught it at the last moment just due to all the information that we're gathering at the same time from different places, trying to put it together. We missed a little something. Actually, let's pop that. Thank you. Keep those comments down for just a second. So that takedown, I believe, is not supposed to be Iraqi Assassins, correct?
No, Iraqi Assassin had a takedown. Italian Tyson had two that he went. Italian Tyson had 2.
Yes, you can call it a takedown.
Had 2.
At the very end where he sits Italian Tyson down, that's considered a
Yeah,
takedown.
he pulled the leg from underneath.
There's 2 that Italian Tyson went for that Iraqi stuffed in that round. One,
Yeah.
he went for Iraqi stuff, started control time on the fence. They broke him up.
They broke him
because
up.
something happened, and then Italian Tyson went for a punch, and then again for a takedown. Iraqi stuffed it again, went against the fence again. Which we got to talk about this against the fence stuff because the refs should have broke them a lot earlier.
Let's also, so, and before we get into it, let me read it off real quick, okay? Third round stats. Italian Tyson lands 25 of 28. Iraqi Assassin lands 5 of 7. Now, before we even go any further, that 25 of 28, when we first started talking about what we're going to count, what we're not going to count, everybody was mentioning control and damage and blah, blah, blah. Every strike counts, even those ones where he was just hitting him in the ribs.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't look like it's that hard. However, you tap somebody in the ribs fairly hard in the same spot 6-7 times, it adds up. So
He's racking points.
He's just racking points. So 25 of 28 for strikes for Italian Tyson. Iraqi Assassin, 5 of 7. Okay, for kicks, 0 of 0 for Italian Tyson, and 0 of 0 of Iraqi Assassin. And then for takedowns, you guys said he had 2? Italian Tyson had 2?
Went for 2, yeah.
He went for 2, so he was 0 and 2?
Yeah.
No, he got Assassin got 1 at the end.
I'll tell you what. Round 3 for me was not only the round that Tyson lost, but also the round that lost in the fight. To be honest,
Italian Tyson went for 2.
I don't understand why.
Italian
Because
Tyson
if let's talk about why. MDH, why?
So so check this out. So Tyson, he lost round 3 only because Iraqi Assassin, I guess he scored.
If you say control
some
time
takedowns,
right now,
I mean,
control time doesn't count.
No, nothing happened. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't really much action in the third, and the only thing you can judge really is just the position that Iraqi Assassin was in. Which we don't do. He was holding him against the fence, and then I guess Italian Tyson sat down, and that scored as a takedown. Yes or no?
That's how I viewed it.
He did take him down. He did take him down. But Italian Tyson, if you watch, has him in a guillotine or somewhat of one. You know what I mean? He has control of his neck for a time. So you can't give Iraqi Assassin control points. Even if we did that, you can't give it to him when he's in a guillotine. You don't get control points for that. Even if Italian Tyson is sitting down.
And also at the last 5 seconds, I want to say Iraqi Assassin landed.
None of those punches counted. Every single punch was after the bell.
I thought you just said every punch.
I'm gonna say it was like
no.
2 punches.
If it's after, just like I didn't count Italian Tyson's punches to the back of the head, I'm not going to count any strikes after the bell.
Are you a judge? Were you a judge in this fight? Are they counting that or?
I would not be. If it was after, and just because Italian Tyson started swinging too, he landed 5 or 6 as well. And I didn't count any of those.
The last 5 seconds, Iraqi Assassin was in a good position.
Yeah, it was about the last 3 seconds.
And then he landed.
It was after the bell. It was after the bell.
It was not after the bell. Maybe one of them was.
Not all of them. I was definitely after the bell. That's why I want to read
the whole thing. Hold on, I'm going to play it right now.
2 out of 3 landed before. I want to say.
Hey, I'll play it right now. Hold on.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
See if I can.
Let's say 1 before the bell.
Cue it up.
All right.
Yeah.
I think maybe 1 or 2 landed after.
All right. Can you guys see that?
Yeah.
Can everybody see the fight right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's see if I can make that bigger. Can you get?
That's what we said.
So is that
okay?
Not okay.
You guys probably can't hear it though, can you?
Nah.
No, we can't.
Well, I guess that.
Pointless, then.
Anyways, that was pointless. My apologies. So I thought you'd be able to hear it. So but they say 3, 2, 1. Soon as they say 1, Iraqi Assassin starts swinging. Go back and watch it. I'm telling you, go back and watch it. Don't watch it in slow motion.
I saw it.
I seen it, man, and I can understand why Tyson got mad. I can understand that. You know, being a fighter,
let's
I can
talk about
understand
that,
because low key, that's some that's some beast. That's some bitch stuff.
I'm gonna say
low-key.
one.
Like you had this whole
I'ma say
time.
one.
You had this whole time to
Right.
punch me,
Oh,
and you rather hold me down than punch me.
However,
And then the
Well,
last 2
call him a
seconds, you're
bitch,
gonna
huh?
hit me. The
Yeah, that's
last
some
two.
sucker
No,
shit.
see, I don't want to say that, bro. You know what I mean? I don't want. I'm not calling him a bitch. I'm not, bro.
no, that's what it sounded like. You called Iraqi Assassin a
I
bitch.
mean, that's
You shouldn't do that.
That's some sucker
Absolutely.
shit.
Right
That is
now.
some
Okay,
sucker
there
shit.
you
No.
go. There you go. Tyson just said it. It's some sucker
That's some
shit.
sucker
Okay,
shit.
there you go. So.
That's
So,
why I wanna
hey,
rematch him. That's
however,
why I really
hey.
wanna break
He
his
went
face.
after him, and that's what, to me, in my opinion, that's what lost Tyson the fight. Because Scarface, he asked all the spectators. I mean, if I'm a spectator, bro, Tyson has a bad image in my head because he tried to punch Assassin.
You're
in the
fucking
head
you're confusing. You're confusing
No,
me.
no. He actually, no. MDH has a good point right there in the sense that that little flurry is the last thing they see, even
Yes.
if it's a little bit
Okay.
after the bell. And then, I don't think you understand how bad of a look it is to swing at somebody when they're walking away. That's a real bad look. So
Hey.
immediately they see that
Perception.
barrage from him standing over you, even if it was after the bell. They don't know that really. And then
Yeah.
on top of that, you swing at him after the fact when he's walking away. That's going to leave a very bad taste in a lot of people's mouths.
So we're not saying
I
Iraqi
get that. I
Assassin.
get that.
I think that made the
Yeah.
fight spicier. You know what I mean? I like
Yeah,
that.
we're not
Yeah,
saying
KT, what are you saying? What are you saying, KT?
we're not saying Iraqi Assassin won in that moment like he edged out the points or anything. We're saying he won in that moment because the spectators thought he won at that moment when he threw those last couple of like. That's what I'm confused on. What are you
He
saying?
sold around. He took the perception
Yeah.
in that moment. You know,
He took the perception in that moment. 'Cause
Perception.
perception's key.
Jimmy Fit, if you're watching, perception is key in a fight. You know, when people are judging and you have multiple people judging.
And this goes into the conversation. It's an ugly conversation to have, but maybe it's time to start having judges at fights, and maybe it's time to not start. Maybe it's time not to ask.
So
random people
that's
in the crowd,
then we
you know what I
well,
mean?
then they start crossing lines into athletic commission territory.
See, exactly. So
That's the problem.
yeah,
So
see,
again,
and that-
we have to gear it towards what Street Beefs is. We can't pretend we're an MMA organization or you know any type of fight organization. We're not. We're a bunch of guys who get in a fucking cage and punch and kick each other and wrestle fuck each other.
Hey,
for
Free Smoke, you're tripping.
6
Free
minutes.
Smoke's tripping.
See,
dog.
this is what we're looking at.
What?
But look,
What the?
Well, no.
But look,
Free
you
Smoke
tell
is
people- you
thinking
can't
of it
tell
as an
people-
MMA fight.
This is what I'm saying. You can't tell people they're tripping because if they're thinking of an MMA fight and you go and watch your favorite fighter in the UFC, you watch Khabib in the UFC, you watch Usman in the UFC, they hold somebody against the fence the whole fight, they're getting that fight, no matter what. This isn't the UFC. So it's a different rule set. So right now, as we're judging it, we're calling it as Street Beefs is calling it, as Street Beefs should have called it. And that's why this guy went out there and said that was a clear fight for Tyson, because in his eyes, he knows what Street Beefs is about. He knows what his fighter was fighting under. Now, if you guys are fighting under MMA rule sets where you're not just trying to play damage, there'd probably be a whole different game plan in place.
It's an
if
MMA
you're
fight,
fighting on
though.
the
It's an
amateur
MMA fight,
circuit,
so-
you're not
so
gonna.
of course, you're supposed to fight MMA. It's MMA.
Yeah,
fight.
well, no. Here's the thing. When we say MMA, we mean amateur or professional circuit. If you're on the amateur circuit, your game plan is going to be different than it is for
Not
Street Beefs.
take everybody's head off. Not take,
Exactly.
Not take
like
somebody's
if you're
head
fighting
off.
for Street Beefs, you're fighting for views. You're not fighting for clout. Okay, you're on the amateur circuit. You're fighting for clout. You're fighting to level up your status so you can fight better fighters and potentially get a paycheck from that one day. We're not doing that. Well, kind of, but not really. We're fighting so somebody else can get a paycheck. But we're fighting for the fun of it and for the views. Like, don't tell me you guys don't check your fucking views to see how many views your fight gets. Yeah. So then you want to fight for views. Get in there and try to murder somebody, and you get the views. Or display a solid set of skills for 3 rounds, and then you get your views.
We're not going to say Iraqi did not display a solid set of skills throughout 3
Iraqi
rounds.
was very, very solid. He was
That's
very
not what he
He has some good
That's not
grappling.
what
Like,
he
if you
didn't do.
grappling.
Yeah,
didn't
he
say-
definitely has a better skill set. There's no question
It wasn't.
about it.
It wasn't not a solid set of skills. It was the amount of. I'm going to contain this guy, and I'm going to take this guy's head off. I'm going to take this guy's head off came from Italian Tyson. I'm going to contain this guy came from Iraqi Assassin. And in Street Beefs, we want the guy that's going to take the guy's head off. That's just
not
much.
even just that we want. That's what we're told to judge.
That's what we're told.
Like the owner. That's
That's
how
what we're
it's
told
judged
to
by.
do.
There's
Go
a
in there and
there's a
fight.
comment here I'd like to ask Italian Tyson about very specifically. this comment right here. For some reason, about every IT fight, there is controversy.
Yeah, because I feel like there's a lot of truth behind that. Because when I first came on to Streetbeefs, who was the first person I fought? Leonidas. And I see a lot of similarities in this fight and in the Leonidas fight. Nobody knew me. I was unknown. They just thought they were just going to throw me to the wolves, and that was Leonidas. He was going to win by decision or whatever. And I got in there and I shocked everybody, and I really beat him up. I scored a knockdown. Nobody's ever knocked down Leo before. I controlled him. I backed him up. You know what I mean? And I really put the work in on Leo, and they wanted to do the same thing. Oh, it's a draw. Oh, Leo won. Oh, go to the judges. Then the time comes for a rematch. So I fight Leo. I outbox Leo. I land the more strikes. I just outwork him the whole fight, and it's another clear win. And then they turn the fight off and they post it without any kind of winner or vote for the fans or anything like that. So I'm kind of used to this. You know what I'm saying? This process, and this doesn't really surprise me because again, I came back from a 3-year layoff. They thought, Iraqi was going to land some fancy head kick or some heel hook, and they thought it was going to be all she wrote. You know what I'm saying? But that's not the case. Again, like I did before, I shocked them. I put the pace on them, and I won the fight. And they want to do the whole controversy thing. Oh, it was a draw. Oh, Iraqi won. Oh, let's go to the fans. And and a couple other fights, this has been, the case too. So I mean, it just is what it is. So you know what I'm saying? It comes with the fight game. And
I hear that, but my honest opinion is that's only part of it. When you fought A-Train, you threw a blatant punch at him after the bell. You threw a punch to the back of Iraqi Assassin's head. Like, I think that's what he's more getting at. Like, there's a very. Go ahead.
I feel like those are justified because if you want to go back and look at the A-Train fight, the ref said, stop, and A-Train hit me with a body shot. I was taught if somebody fouls you, you foul them. Don't take no shit in the ring. Don't take no shit anywhere. So I did what I was taught to do. I fouled him back. That's how I was taught. And I learned that that I'm not gonna let somebody foul me. You feel me? And Iraqi had some late hits. You wanted to be cheap. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing to you. It's kind of like.
Tell you what, you could probably do that in boxing. You can do that in boxing, but MMA at the end of the day, MMA is like a respect sport. You feel me? So
no. But after the don't say dumb shit like that, MDH. Don't say.
No,
dumb shit
I mean
like
it's
not. All combat sports are about respect. I understand getting caught up in the heat of the moment like that, but it's happened more than once, and I think that's what Powell was talking about. It's happened more than once.
Even before even getting deep like that, if we look at an Italian Tyson's fight, and this is where you can't fault Streetbeefs very much. It comes down to straight up how Streetbeefs chooses to rule their fights. There is a fault in it to a degree, because if you have a fighter like Italian Tyson, Little Diesel, and then you have a fighter that's going to fight off skill and try to contain these fighters and make it more amateur looking, MMA looking fight off points, and you're fighting off damage, the guy that comes in aggressive is going to get that score every single time. Now, people in the crowd are going to be seeing this fighter with a lot of skill, and they're going to be like, whoa, this guy can move. He really has talent. We want to give him some rounds too. But Streetbeefs does not score it that way. So that's where, before you even get to the fouls and everything, it's a different type of scoring system to where the more aggressive fighter is going to get the hand every time, no matter how much technique you're putting into it, how nice you look, how crisp you look, you got to be out there trying to take someone's head off. Because if the guy's out there trying to take your head off, he can go out a draw even if he misses 25 punches and you only, it doesn't matter.
I mean, honestly, I feel like the evidence is in the stats also. Like without it, I've seen the fight.
That's why we do
it. I mean, the 3-0 in my opinion, but then I saw it again. I was like, maybe you can give Iraqi Assassin the last round, but and looking at the stats, it's kind of like it's almost as clear as day who won this fight.
I would
that third round was clear for Italian. Dude, you guys are skipping the fact that Italian Tyson rocks Iraqi Assassin with a left hook when they out the gate. They're exchanging. He lands this disgusting.
I don't think he landed that left hook. I don't think he landed.
No, I did.
He landed.
You did.
Listen, they both landed.
He landed so fucking clear that Iraqi Assassin doesn't know where the fuck he's at for a split second. He literally turns.
Yeah, he spins.
Like, what the fuck just hit me? Comes back to it, and then they clinch. He's still out of it because when Wolverine breaks them up, Iraqi Assassin looks like he's fucking lost. He looks at the grass. He looks at the sky. Then he comes back to it. He's still out of it. I sent you the clip, Weddle, in text. You can play when they separate him, how off Iraqi looks.
No,
that left hook landed clear on his fucking jaw.
I thought it was the right hook that caught him though.
The punch right before, right, Widow?
But yeah, I thought it was a right hook. But hey, I would like to answer this from Tank. Tank, let's not pretend like there's not a core group of people that run every branch. You know, and some people are just not part of that core group. You know what I'm talking about?
What you trying to say here, huh?
What I'm trying to say that at every single branch, there's about 15, 20, 30, 50 people that are in a core group that are there at most of the fights. And so when Italian Tyson says they, that's who he's talking about.
Fucking free smoke.
Yeah. Thank you. I agree. Go back and watch it. You'll see how bad Iraqi Assassin is that whole fight after.
I mean, honestly, there was a good 23 seconds when Iraqi Assassin wasn't throwing no punches. Just laying on him. Just laying on him.
Because he's fucking out on his feet and he's holding on for dear life, bro.
Yeah, but they both look tired,
he gets
bro.
separated, how bad he is.
They're both laying on each other tired. And then that's when you see Tyson start to sneak in those body shots, you know, to rack up the points. You know,
that's what I was going to say. You got Tyson throwing the body shots, but at the same time, he can circle out. He could sweep. There's a lot of other things he could have done while Iraqi was laying there. But the body shots are more damage in this situation. That's all he has to do for Streetbeefs. You know what I mean?
There was no power behind him. There was no power. He was just getting points.
Yeah, in his mind, it's a whole different thing. It's a whole different thing. I could see why you would just throw the body shots if someone's just laying there. Because listen, lay there all day long. Nobody likes that shit. No one wants to see that, you know. So I can see why Italian Tyson's doing that. Now, if he's fighting in front of judges and everything, he's probably gonna get out of there. He's gonna, you know, there's gonna be a whole different game plan. That's what I'm saying. People come in with a whole different mindset. So the rule set has to be established. Like, hey, we want you to fight raw. We want you to be raw. We want you to be aggressive. But if we also want you to have technique to where people are going to score these fights without judging us for how we score it, then we got to get that in the rule set. Like, hey, fight with some technique, get some points in, because no one cares about points in street beefs.
Hey, so this is yes, it looks like he's permanently back. So this is what 619 just showed me right now. He just sent this.
I sent you the left hook in slow mo so you can see it.
Hold on, watch this. This is what he just sent me. Can you guys see that?
Yes.
Look how bad Iraqi Assassin looks after.
So yeah, this is what he's talking about. The stumble, like when he pulls him apart. You know what? See the stumble. He's wobbly right there. He's very wobbly. Now I don't know if he's tired or he's rocked.
Yeah. But he grabs the cage for a second. He shakes his head. He looks at the ground for no reason.
This right here. Watch this right here. Boom. I don't think that left hook, that initial left hook right there.
The first one, right there.
I think the first one did land.
Body shots. Landed two body shots.
The body shots land.
Bro. Yeah, we're talking about the first one that spin them around.
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. Maybe
I don't think he's got.
I think that first one landed.
So look, see, that's. I mean, that's
landed.
If it lands, that's barely on the nose. Oh no, okay, I got you. That's the one I was.
No, we're not talking about that punch.
Body.
Yeah,
that left hook hurt him.
Barely got out the way.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Rewind it.
You don't react like that if you don't.
Body work. That was good body work.
Yeah, he got hit.
He was hurt. He was hurt by that.
Yeah, that was very good body work.
So, he was hurt.
Yeah, like I said, in my opinion, if I break that down, Italian Tyson gets all three of those rounds. Just damage alone, and that's what we're judging it off of is damage.
That's what we're judging off of damage. That's exactly where I'm at.
I was giving Iraqi Assassin the last round to be nice, but
don't do that. You know, why would you?
You know what I mean?
Don't do that.
You know what I mean? You feel me?
Yeah, that's not how we operate.
But either way, Tyson wins either way. Whether it's 3-0 or 2-1, Assassin did not win that fight.
Okay, rematch September 3rd.
I can't wait.
We obviously know now this is a street beefs rule set. Both guys got to be in there to kill each other.
This should be a bare knuckle fight.
Right.
Yeah, that's
Just
a
that
terrible
Jordan fight
idea.
September 3rd.
No,
you
Iraqi
should just know
Assassin
that
has done bare knuckle.
this is what you're
Why not
judging
do
it
it
on.
with Italian Tyson?
Oh yeah,
I just-
go raps. Do raps.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of amateur people like us doing bare knuckle. Like, you've got hundreds of bones in your hands to just destroy. Do you know how to professionally wrap hands for bare knuckle?
I'm pretty sure they would both agree to do it.
They'd probably both agree to do it. I mean, both of them are down. Like, I haven't met Italian Tyson, but I've met Iraqi Assassin. He's cool as shit, but he's not afraid to fight anybody. You know? And he proved that fighting Tyson. I do got to say, though, rematch September 3rd, that rematch is going to be spectacular because I would bet that Iraqi Assassin comes out with an entirely different mindset right now. He probably, to be honest with you, he probably slept on you a little bit because you hadn't been in the cage for 3 years.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. And then when he saw me, for this fight, I was really cut. A lot of my other fights, I was a little bit bloated, especially in my last couple fights. I was out of shape. I really worked on, a lot of cardio aspects. I did a lot of lifting, and you could see like I was really cut and built for this fight. And I think when he saw that, he was shook, because he was like, he wasn't expecting that. He was expecting me to be fat, out of shape, you know what I mean? And I really think he saw, and he was intimidated by that.
Are you going to do it again?
Huh?
The second one? Are you gonna go in the same way? You got a different game plan for this one?
I probably watched the fight about 100 times, and I've seen a lot of things I can do differently in the next fight. So I'm going to go off that. Okay. I'm going to leave a little suspense.
I honestly think one more takedown for Italian Tyson, and nobody would have had a question in this fight. If one of those takedowns that got stuffed in the third would have landed, nobody would have had a question that this was his whole fight. Because
it was just what happened after the fight.
Just one more takedown. You just got a dick in your mouth right now. You got one more takedown would have changed people's perspective all the way. You got Italian Tyson's, and then the third, he's just trying to get a little bit of a Iraqi in there.
Anyone with eyes can see who won this fight, bro.
That's what we're agreeing with you there. I'm agreeing with you there, but you're just trying to you trying to give him the third round.
Yeah, bro. Nah.
You're trying to give him the third round for the after the bell stuff. You're just trying to be professional, but we know.
To what MDH just said, hold on. There's plenty of people that are cut down the middle. You know what I mean? There's plenty of people. You go look at the comments. There's a lot of people that are saying Tyson. There's a lot of people saying Iraqi. You know what I mean? And me personally, I don't see the draw as being such a bad thing because it's a polarizing decision. You know what I mean? It was a polarizing fight, I should say.
Free smoke. Let's just be very clear about this.
Yeah.
We're not talking about
top control.
There's no control in this fight.
In the third at all, though.
Even if there was, we don't go by control. Like Scarface made it very clear, Street Beef judges by damage, and then the second thing you look at is who would you rather be in that fight. That's it. That's how we judge the fights.
I mean,
yeah.
On the panel,
I don't know what he's trying to say there. 619 is very ignorant for you to say only me sees Iraqi won. Oh, only I see Iraqi won? Gotcha.
My fucking computer was glitching out, so anything that was said in the last 30 seconds, I did not hear. So
no, we waited for you. We didn't say anything. We just waited for you.
Cool. No, but what the fuck was I saying? No, I'm saying, we all of us know the Streetbeefs rule set. That's where it comes into play. You look at the YouTube comments; most of those people don't know how we score fights, and that's how. Yeah, that's
what Free Smoke. That's where Free Smoke's fucking up. Is he thinks control time counts? It doesn't in Streetbeefs. Yes, if they fought in the amateur circuit.
Asked Scarface.
Yeah, I texted him this morning and asked him to make sure that I knew what I was talking about when we were in this moment right now, because I knew Free Smoke would come in here with some fucking bullshit, and that's why I texted him. And he cleared it up very, very clearly. There was no question about it. He said damage first, and secondly, who would you rather be in that fight? The end. Now, granted, a part of that takes control into account, but first and foremost is damage.
How do you win a fight with no punches? Control. But we don't
submit
judge
Jiu-jitsu.
control. We don't
Jiu-jitsu.
You submit 'em.
People
Yeah,
won't-
you submit them.
Like
There's a simple question.
the Gracies have been doing it for decades.
Okay, but the Iraqi Assassin didn't submit him.
I'm just saying. You ask how you win. The Gracies have been doing it for decades. I'm just saying.
Well,
you can win a fight without punching.
To submit them.
However, that's not how we're judging it.
Yeah, that's not how we're judging it. Granted, you're in an MMA amateur fight. They're probably going to give you some credit for attempting to submit them, for having control time on top, for neutralizing them. That's not in a Streetbeefs fight. No.
Yeah. So the thing is, and as far as a draw goes, there are a lot of people talking about. I don't know how confident I am in saying this, but as far as a draw goes, I would be fairly okay with a draw because I don't necessarily believe either fighter deserves to lose that fight. But if we have to pick a winner, I got to go Tyson.
Yeah, I can see where a draw is too, because like I said, the controversy of if this was an amateur fight, we would score it like this. If it's a street fight, we'll score it like this. That's where I see the draw is like, okay, so everybody wins in that situation.
And you got to think, every person that's asked
to pick a winner
has their own perception of the fight. You know what I mean? Every judge, every person that was asked, they have their own view, their own angle, their own idea of what the rule set is in the first place. So, if everybody's kind of cut down the middle,
Like, honestly, I would say we give this a straight no contest. That way the next fight they go into, both fighters are
just extra rounds.
Just restart it. Just restart the whole thing. Yep. That's what I would say. Because a draw gives each fighter a win, you know what I mean? And that's fine. But then they don't really... You're working for that second win, but you already have a win. So, I don't know. In my mind, I say a no contest and just...
no contest always look terrible on your fucking record.
Absolutely. I've got one.
It's like, what happened?
You can't even see it. You can't even see it.
Dub. It was a war. They both get it. I want to see 5 rounds. I'm down with 5 rounds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't. Those two guys were very, very tired in the third round.
Yeah, I think
that's going to mean we're getting less action. I mean, we only had like 15 fucking punches from Iraqi Assassin, and maybe I think you threw 58, 63 punches, something like that. I would like to see you throw 100 next time.
Hell yeah!
I would like to see Iraqi Assassin throw 100. And 6 or 10 more kicks. We go 5 rounds. We're not going to see that because you got to pace yourself.
It must have been hot as fuck.
It was hot.
Y'all were gassed real early in that fight.
I'm not even
normally Iraqi Assassin has cardio.
I wasn't expecting either one of them to be that gassed.
Yeah,
either one.
It was at least probably 10 or 15 degrees hotter in the ring because of everybody surrounding it and
the grass was up.
Everybody breathing in the ring. It was
with a hot ass breath.
Grass was up. Oh man.
Yeah, grass was high as shit. Grass was 2 feet long. I thought there was gonna be snakes rolling around and shit. You feel me in the grass?
Yeah.
But it was.
That would have fucking sucked, huh?
I know, right?
That would have been a staple for Streetbeefs, though. A snake come out the grass and bite somebody. They put that in the intro.
Hey, but Tyson, to your credit, bro, I definitely want to say this, and I noticed this shit. To your credit, man, Iraqi Assassin, he's a hell of a striker, and he didn't want to strike with you. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that. Like, there were opportunities for him to strike and get in on you, and he wasn't. You know what I'm saying? And that says something about your striking, as well as I don't think he really wanted to just wrestle with you. He really, we saw he wanted to stay on that ground and have you come down to him,
Yeah.
Which was odd because when he threw, he was landing too. Like, he popped you in the face a couple times, those kicks.
He's a striker.
When he was aggressive with it, when he was aggressive with it, he was landing, which I think he just went in there with a game plan that was just a touch off, that's all. Maybe slept on him because he hadn't been in there in 3 years. But yeah, and Dizo said earlier he doesn't agree with the no contest. Definitely do a nobody deserves to take a win off their record. So yeah, I can agree with the draw.
I could see it because I've already said it 3,000 times because of the way it's scored. I think next time, no questions asked. You guys know damage the fuck out of each other. Whoever damages the most is gonna win the fight. So call this one a draw, and next time get it in there and fucking. Everybody knows there ain't no questions asked. He gonna run away. He's gonna control.
Shit undeniable.
Sticking your shoulder in my gut, holding me against the fence ain't damaging nothing. So we know we gonna score on damage. We gonna score on damage, and we'll keep it to that and hold them to that standard.
And Sunshine, that's a valid point, but most of us have some type of issues. I've got a torn meniscus I fight with. I know. 619.
My shoulder pops out.
Yeah.
I got 2 bad shoulders.
Yeah. And he only got 2 shoulders.
That's it.
Yeah, so like, which I get that might have had Iraqi Assassin a little hesitant to do anything crazy. Which, like I said, he and you know, no offense to Italian Tyson, but Iraqi Assassin has a better MMA skill set than you do. So, like a little bit better of a fight IQ in the sense that he's not just trying to kill somebody. You know what I mean? You're crisp, you're clean, and everything, but he's a little bit cleaner when it comes to the brains of it. But he just didn't do it. He just didn't do it. Yeah. Tank's belly pops out. But we like that.
Out, you know?
We like that.
Yeah, we all got issues, man. Sometimes my dick gets caught in my socks. You know what I mean? Like it happens. You know what I mean?
No, that has never happened to you. Somebody else's socks, maybe. Was it? What do you say?
Bennett.
Hey, here's a good question I was looking for. Tyson, God damn it, you son of a... Tyson, any new guys you want to fight after Iraqi Assassin? After your rematch?
Already had someone in mind. I was already planning to fight somebody, and that somebody's J-Rock. That's somebody who I really want to rematch with, and I've been wanting to rematch with for a while.
Who is J-Rock? I don't know J-Rock.
J-Rock is, I guess, one of the fighters from Streetbeefs. He's like an older ex-Marine. Him and I had some beef, and it was a close fight, and they decided to give it to J-Rock. But a lot of people like this fight disputed that. There's a lot of fans who disputed that decision. I mean, it wasn't my best fight. I really wasn't in the best mind frame. I really wasn't training. I really wasn't, you know what I'm saying, living life right. That was like when I was kind of on a little downward spiral. But now I'm a completely different fighter, as you've seen. And I mean, and to be honest, J-Rock has been running from me ever since, because I've been probably tried 2 or 3 times to get a rematch. And he was like, oh, earn it. Well, now I feel like I earned that rematch. So
they be saying that.
Like, huh?
They be saying that sometimes. MDH right here with the rose-colored fucking beats. He be saying that shit to me all the time. You got to earn a match with me, bro.
Yeah. Well, Sunshine,
it's not rose color.
J-Rock is
rose gold.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, Wero. That match came and went. You know what I mean? You don't deserve MDH no more, player.
No, not anymore.
Yeah, but I would really like. That's probably the only other person that I would really like be going for after that.
Okay. So, and we already mentioned this. You got to make your way out here to either Arizona or Vegas. We're doing a event in Arizona in December, and then Vegas pretty much all the other times.
Hell yeah. My homie lives out in California, like the Valley area, so I'm trying to go visit him sometime, so we can definitely coordinate it. I got a place to stay at.
Yeah, I used to have a homie in California, but he started talking too much shit. He lives in San Diego.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Hey, we're doing an event. We're doing an event in December, and I saw Money Mel done called me out, and I love that guy as a fighter. I'll box him in December. I'll start training camp right now. I'll do that. Somebody set
Money
that
Mel?
one up.
Okay,
Money
well,
Mel.
Do that.
He's going to be on Locked In here in a couple weeks. I can't remember the date, but he's got about 3, maybe 2 weeks, something like that. He'll be on Locked In. We'll talk to him about it.
I'll do that. That man's skill set is up there. I
like
nice,
that
bro.
It's a great fight.
He is.
That's a great fight.
I like that matchup.
Yeah.
It's going to push me. I like that one.
Very interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Might be. We'll see.
Yeah, we're going to have you in the hot box every day. We got to clean you up a little bit.
Yeah, we'll be good. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
That's an exciting fight. That'll get me back to boxing. We're good for that one.
Hell yeah. Does anybody else have anything they want to say about this match? perfect.
I can't wait for the rematch.
I like that too.
Right.
I like that too. Like it's gonna be
man, rematch.
it's gonna be highly anticipated for sure.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, everyone, I appreciate having you guys on, man. You guys have a great night. And Tyson, appreciate you coming on, bro.
Hell yeah, bro. Thank you for having me.
Yep. Somke, always a pleasure, homie.
Always, brother.
Yes, sir. Later.
Wait.
Who else? KT, my man, you have a great night, sir. Yep. And MDH.
MDH. Oh, why'd you throw him
I'm
out?
just playing.
What's up? What's up?
I'm just playing. What's up? I know. We had a couple more questions for you.
hey.
He got one more question for you.
Hey, MDH.
What's up,
MDH.
brother?
How many fights do you think Wero has to win before he's worthy of your presence in a cage? Because he's falling off the ladder. You know what I mean?
I'm never on a ladder, bro. I've never trained for a single one of these fights. I'm never on a ladder. You motherfuckers put me on a ladder I didn't belong on in the first place.
Somke. How many fights does Wero have to win to earn a shot with MDH? Because at one point it was very close. It was right there. You know what I mean?
Well, and MDH said he didn't want it. He texted me and was like,
Hold
nah,
on.
I don't want to do it.
How many wins is MDH coming off of? That's the number.
How many total fights do you even have?
How many consecutive wins are you coming off of?
Two consecutive wins.
2 wins. Okay.
3 and 2. Yeah. We should have done it when I was 3 and
3-1.
2 then.
Well, shit. Yeah, the 2 fights. 2 fights.
I mean, at least win 2 fights. I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, bro. I thought of maybe the Maniac. I kind of like his fighting style. I like how he's undefeated.
That'd be fire.
Well, what do you weigh right now? What do you weigh right now?
190.
190. So a lot of people want to fight the Maniac, but you need a few more wins for that, bro. He's like 4-0.
I'm 3-1.
I understand. Didn't you just say 3 and 2? Didn't you just say 3 and 2? I'm pretty sure you just said 3 and 2. Rewind it real quick.
I beat Seiso KO, beat Jet, and then beat who the hell did I fight? Oh, Hitman.
But you also quit fighting.
619.
So you're 3 and 1. You're 4. I've got twice as many fights as you do. Like you need to catch up to me and let's see what your record is.
You also have 2 times the losses as me, also, bro. So I mean, I don't know. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. I should be an easy fight for you. You should be able to just walk right through me. You're 3 and 1, bro. You should be able to walk right through me.
Yeah, but
in December,
fighting's
in
not
Arizona.
that simple. You feel me?
Well,
it's
I
the
know.
fight.
I think
It's the
MDH
fight.
has to earn a Maniac fight. I
Hey,
think
we got to take in consideration, man. You've been
MDH needs
inactive.
to. No. Yeah, he's been inactive. The Maniac has been starching people left and right. Like you can't just walk in and be like, I want to fight that guy.
Every event.
Like half the people in our group don't even know who you are at this point.
Yeah.
You got a point.
Yeah, like you can't.
Got a point.
They may not like me, and they may know that I'm gonna lose, but at least they know my name.
Yeah. No, I feel you, but it's more to that for me. Honestly, bro, like this fighting shit's not easy. You know what I mean? Like trying to get an amateur fight.
I've been playing boxing for a year or 2 years now. It's not that hard.
No, I'm not trying to do it in boxing. I'm trying to do this in MMA. You feel me? Like it's
that's
tough.
A bad look for you, bro.
It's tough. It's tough getting a fight, bro. It's tough finding because
I told you I'd fight you in MMA. I told you I'd fight you in MMA. I've never done MMA. I have no ground game. I told you that too.
Yeah. I know you said.
Hey,
that,
y'all
bro,
could just do Muay Thai then. Just fuck it, do Muay Thai.
Yeah, do Muay Thai.
Hey,
Yeah,
I like
come on.
kickboxing. I like kickboxing.
Me too. Me too.
I know you do because you want to fight with me, dog. That's why. Hey, I'm thinking. Let me just.
Hey, look at Scorpio. Not gonna lie, don't know this dude. Who the fuck is that guy? Hey, real talk. Yeah.
What's up? No, it's all good. The OGs know me, bro. You feel me? The people who know what I can do know me. And
we're literally in the live with you.
Hey, how about MDH versus Jimmy Fit? Huh? The winner gets the money.
Man, you can't do MDH like that. Jimmy Fit whooped that ass.
Nah, y'all tripping. That's what I'm saying. Do you guys think I'm not training? Do you guys think I'm just like sitting on my ass, bro? Like
Hey,
you still
so when
190.
you signing up again then?
I was gonna sign up for this event, bro, but I need an amateur fight, bro.
MDH
fight, and then I'll come back. I need something, bro. I need something.
You got. Hey, why don't you just take a fight in Streetbeefs while you chilling?
I
Like the hot box. The hot box.
Why
real
are you
nice
not?
in
You
December.
should be fighting, getting your
Yeah.
chops, sharpening your skills. You know what I mean?
Hey, come
Yeah,
out
well,
to the
that's
hot
what
box
I'm
in
trying-
December, and we'll match
Yeah.
you up with somebody. We'll match you up with somebody in another branch because that's what we're trying to do. Oh, and while we're talking about that, real quick, while I'm talking about it anyway, again, if you guys can do any type of the live chat, super donations, or super chat, is that what it's called? Super chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys can do a super chat, you can do whatever you can do. We're going to bust out some shirts. Any donations go to us trying to get fighters out to Arizona in December. That's what we're trying to do. And we want to make...
I like how you say at the end of the show after it's over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. Man, I feel bad plugging shit in the beginning. You know what I mean? I really do. But hopefully everybody sees it and they understand that we're trying to get as many fighters out here as we can. We'll have scrapyard fighters out here. We're gonna have Dirty South fighters out here. We're gonna have OG branch
You
fighters.
guys want to see Italian Tyson in the West Coast? Donate.
Yes.
We'll get him out here. You know what I
Dude,
mean?
donate. You want to see Italian Tyson come out here and fight?
Oof.
We need that for the culture.
Who would fight Italian Tyson MMA out here? Who?
What's he? 170? What's walkway?
Ooh.
Walk. Damn. Boom. Look at that. Just like that.
What's walk? Ah, my man. Thank you, sir.
Hey, if
But
it was
yeah.
boxing, I've been saying Big Daddy Williams.
Big Daddy William? Yeah, absolutely. Big Daddy William and Italian Tyson would be
fireworks.
one of the best boxing matches that we've probably ever seen.
Fireworks.
Yes.
Aggressive.
Yes.
Aggressive.
Yeah,
white
like
boys.
that would be
Ooh.
such a vicious. That would be absolutely nuts. That'd be so
I'm telling
nuts,
you,
but-
man. I'm telling you.
Yes.
And
Thanks,
and
Diesel. Appreciate you.
Will is he's down. He's down and he's ready. You know that.
See that donations, people?
Yes,
These will
thank
go
you.
to your dream matchups.
Yep.
Thank you
Yeah,
for 99
yeah,
cents.
because literally every dollar that Heart in the Fight makes. So when you guys purchase the first access, when you guys purchase the live streams, every dollar goes to Heart in the Fight, and they literally just pay for fighters to get to places. Try to get the matchups that
Let's
everybody
make the
wants
minimum
to see.
$5 free smoke, you know? I mean, what the fuck we doing with that 99 cents? Buy a
Hey,
can of
you
tuna,
know what? Hey.
a stick of gum, a pack of envelopes.
Yeah.
Fuck out of here. You know what I mean?
Hey, free smoke.
Let's
We
keep
appreciate
it.
that 99 cent, homie. You don't let 619 shame you. We appreciate that.
I'm joking, dog.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at that.
but yeah.
Imagine if you would have said this in the beginning, and we keep saying it throughout the show. Fuck.
Yep. My bad. We'll do it next. We got till December. We gonna do it. I'll start announcing in the beginning. My B. Maybe we'll just record a video and straight up play it.
Mm.
We already got a pack of smokes and a jawbreaker thanks to Free Smokes $1. You know what I mean? Look at that. Could have had like $100 tonight, maybe.
Yeah, you could. Maybe you could get another chain.
Get another cheese.
You need another 20 G's to get one of these players.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. So I appreciate everybody. For real now, we out. You guys have a great night.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 619. That was a fascinating show. I like that, bro.
That was good, man. We had OG legend Italian Tyson.
Hey, dead serious, bro.
Legend.
Like seeing him in the ring and then seeing him here, he was super cool in the live. Like
super chill.
He's super chill. I did not expect him to be super chill like that. I expected
thought he
him
was
to
gonna
be
be really aggressive, like the way he fights.
aggressive and arrogant, honestly. Like he fights, because that's all we ever see is when he's pumped for a fight. So yeah, I thought he'd be like that, which is fine. You can be who you are on Wero the Mexican.
This is a good question. Wero, are you Mexican?
No. Nope. I'm like real super mutt white boy. But I'm called Wero because I worked in construction. So like I worked around Mexicans all the time and they called me Wero. And then the day I was signing up for Streetbeefs.
Wero did his ancestry and he comes from a long line of Nazis, correct? Germany?
No.
Huh?
No. At least nothing on 23andMe is paying that. No, I think just British and Irish and then Italian. Yeah, I'm like 28% Italian, something like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's nothing. It's just super mutt white boy. There's nothing I can claim. That's kind of cool, you know. Yes.
That's funny, Scorpio, because your twin brother Shinigami is also half Mexican and half white.
He said I can run this show myself. It's funny. All right, guys. Signing out. Hey, appreciate everybody tuning in, man. You guys have a great night.